Do you have the courage to witness fierce life-or-death battles where the line between survival and demise is razor-thin? Amid swirling dust and scorching heat, each fierce encounter turns this land into a battlefield of life and death, where the weak are mercilessly eliminated. Razor-sharp claws tear through the air, teeth grinding in decisive blows. Each hunt is a blood-soaked epic of survival. When night falls, stealthy ambushes turn peace into chaos, forcing every creature to fight relentlessly for every moment of survival. In the ruthless whirlwind of nature, this is where relentless battles for food and water take place, pushing every species to its limits. The Kalahari Desert, a land that seems barren at first glance, yet harbors vibrant life and unsolved mysteries. This is the kingdom of notorious predators, of great migrations and of breathtaking, untamed beauty. Before we begin this spectacular journey to explore the Kalahari, let us know, where are you watching this video from? Now, let's join Nature Moment as we step into the magical world of Kalahari. The Kalahari Desert, a vast kingdom of sand in southern Africa, stretches across the borders of Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa, covering an area of more than 358,000 square miles. The Kalahari, which is 4 times larger than England, is one of the driest regions in the world. The name Kalahari was given by the indigenous people and means the land without water, reflecting the region's characteristic harsh terrain and climate. During the summer days, the sun scorches the Kalahari sky with temperatures reaching as high as 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Creating a blazing inferno on Earth, where water is more precious than gold, a rare gift from the heavens. However, contrary to the common perception of a completely dry and barren desert, the Kalahari surprises many with its rich and diverse life. In reality, rain here is extremely rare. Although summer thunderstorms can be intense, they are brief, and the raindrops quickly seep into the vast sand, leaving the ground with almost no standing water on the surface. What's even more surprising is that the Kalahari Desert is not a barren land. On the contrary, this is home to one of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet, with more than 400 species of birds, 92 species of reptiles, 31 species of amphibians, and 85 different species of mammals. from tiny mice to fierce birds of prey, and then to majestic big cats. The wildlife here showcases the diversity and resilience of life in this challenging land. Every living creature goes through its own battles to survive in this harsh yet wondrous environment. However, wildlife is not the only one facing challenges in this land. Both the visible and invisible worlds of the Kalahari Desert come together to create a bold, vibrant, and emotional drama of survival. A journey filled with challenges, resilience, an indomitable spirit in the vast expanse of the desert. Living among the dry grasslands of the Kalahari Desert, plant life still finds ways to thrive, contributing to a surprisingly rich and diverse ecosystem. The native vegetation here includes African thorn acacia trees, camel thorn bushes, grazing grasses, and a wide variety of other weeds. Nature, or whoever created this vast land, seems to have shown the Kalahari Desert a bit of mercy. In the midst of that barren wilderness, there is a river that flows tirelessly. The Okavango River, a relatively steady source of water in the harsh desert. Not only is there the Okavango River, but this area also features seasonal wetlands that appear during brief rainy periods lasting no more than 4 months. These very marshes are like living water paradises, attracting countless wild creatures longing for cool relief amid the relentless dryness of the Kalahari. For many species, this is nature's priceless gift, a treasure trove of fresh water after countless days relying only on memories of life. However, nature in the Kalahari is not entirely forgiving. It is also in these swamps that the most formidable predators gather, always lurking to turn them into deadly traps for vulnerable prey. Among those predators, one land animal stands out for its speed: the cheetah, a wild cat that can accelerate up to 68 miles per hour across vast open plains. With a slim, much more slender body compared to other big cats, and a short golden coat covered with countless black spots that allows it to blend seamlessly into the grasslands, the cheetah is the perfect predator in harsh environments like the Kalahari. Although nature has generously endowed the cheetah with extraordinary physical abilities unmatched by any other species, it is not simply a wild animal known only for its speed. In a land where food sources are scarce like the Kalahari, wisdom is the key to survival. Cheetahs know how to conserve energy, never wasting their strength, chasing after prey without a clear target. Every step and every attack is meticulously planned, because for a wild cat weighing up to 75 kilograms, maintaining a steady food supply is absolutely essential. The small marshes, scattered across the vast desert, are the perfect places to find a nourishing meal. And the gazelle antelopes, the cheetah's favorite prey, often wander absent-mindedly in their thirst, forgetting their place in the food chain. With its sharp eyes and quick reflexes, the cheetah silently slipped into their sights, beginning to prepare for its upcoming sophisticated hunting strategy. In the harsh and ever-changing world of the Kalahari, every hunt is not only a battle for survival, but also a lesson in perseverance, intelligence, and the fierce survival instincts of the fastest cheetah on the planet. While leopards are absorbed in their solitary lives, wandering across the vast grasslands of the Kalahari, another resident has chosen the opposite lifestyle. The mighty wildebeests, adorned with impressive horns that can reach up to 31 inches long for males and 16 inches for females, their uniquely shaped horns make them not only a symbol of strength, but also of unity in the wild. The wildebeests, weighing up to 440 pounds and measuring up to 7 feet in length, are a testament to the rich diversity of life in this place. They live in groups, ranging from several dozen to hundreds of individuals, forming a strong and secure community in the midst of a harsh land. What's remarkable about this species is that both the females and the males have horns, which is quite rare among other horned animals. This reflects the ongoing competition and defense that constantly take place in nature. Although they have a strong appearance and look more like antelopes than cattle, wildebeests are actually very gentle and tend to avoid unnecessary conflict. However, living in the heart of the Kalahari, one of the most unforgiving wildernesses on Earth, demands that they remain constantly vigilant. With their large size and status as a prime target for many predators, their survival depends on the strength of the group. The belief in the power of unity becomes a matter of survival when the entire herd faces danger together, offering a valuable lesson about survival. In the wild, there is no place for loners. Only strong bonds can protect life in this diverse and challenging wilderness. When a group of wildebeests attracts the attention of a predator, their response immediately becomes extremely quick and well coordinated. They move in a radial formation, a sophisticated tactic that helps protect the weakest individuals positioned at the center, keeping them safe from external threats. The most formidable weapon of these brave creatures is none other than their sharp horns, which serve both as a means of defense and as a warning tool to intimidate their enemies. If the horns are the first line of defense, then the powerful kicks from their large feet are the final warning that makes predators like lions or leopards think twice. Just imagining a wildebeest's kick aimed straight at a predator's head is enough to make them think twice before choosing their target. That's why predators tend to target sick or young animals, those individuals that haven't yet integrated into the group or learned how to fully defend themselves with the herd. In addition to protecting themselves, wildebeests are also wise to form alliances with zebras, acting as vigilant sentinels together and creating an effective alarm system. When a leopard appears, zebras are often the first to notice and sound the alarm, giving the whole herd a chance to escape. Too many fast-moving targets put nearby predators at risk of being kicked or bumped, causing them to frequently fail in their hunts. After those tense escapes, the wildebeest can never afford to let its guard down. To maintain their health and fighting ability, they must make the most of every precious food source in the harsh Kalahari Desert. Their main food consists of grass and leaves from various shrubs and trees. However, traveling with zebras not only enhances their alertness, but also gives wildebeests the opportunity to choose the best grazing areas. Zebras typically feed on grasses that are lower in nutrients, leaving behind patches of more nutrient-rich food for wildebeests. A remarkable symbiotic relationship that allows both species to survive and thrive in a harsh environment. When the scorching sun of the Kalahari Desert gradually disappears at the end of the day, it may seem like it's time for the wildebeest to rest. But in reality, they have to be more alert than ever. Most predators are active at night, seeing the half-awake wildebeests as a tasty meal. The herd of wildebeests understands this and has established strict shifts so that no one is ever alone. A few individuals take on the task of standing guard and giving warnings, while the other members can rest assured and recover their strength. Under the gentle moonlight, life goes on with the utmost vigilance from the entire herd, ensuring that when dawn breaks, the wildebeest remain intact and ready to continue their arduous journey of survival in the endless heart of the Kalahari wilderness. Kalahari, with its brilliant sunrises and constant lively atmosphere, is home to a wealth of fascinating wildlife. On the vast grasslands of this desert, zebras are not the only companions of the wildebeest herds. There are also sharp-eyed observers watching from the sky. The African white-backed vulture often quietly follows these herds of antelope, sometimes tracking them closely for several days, patiently waiting for the moment when an individual succumbs to the harsh living conditions. Or when predators appear, they will seize the opportunity to benefit from the achievements of others. The white-backed vulture family, scientifically known as Gypsis africanus, reigns as the lord of the Kalahari sky. A massive creature with a powerful build and a back covered in striking white feathers that stand out against its jet-black plumage. They can weigh up to 15 pounds and have a wingspan of up to 7 feet and 4 inches. With such massive size, many people assume they are skilled hunters, a terrifying nightmare for countless birds and wild animals. But in reality, it's completely different. White-backed vultures are not natural-born hunters. They choose the path that requires the least amount of effort, surviving mainly by feeding on carrion, a way of life that relies entirely on scavenging. The herd of wildebeest in the Kalahari faces countless dangers, even on the calmest days. That's why the white-backed vultures follow this herd as a guarantee of a full meal for themselves. When an individual is forced to leave this world, flocks of vultures will immediately swoop down and gather around the carcass. With their sharp beaks and powerful claws, they began their wild feast. Although vultures tend to leave only bones behind for nature, the harsh living conditions in the Kalahari force them to make the most of every available food source. Because their beak structure is not fully adapted to tear through tough tissues, they can only eat the soft, nutrient-rich parts, such as the prey's internal organs. Although wildebeest herds are a fairly reliable food source for vultures, on days when the herds suffer no losses, these birds still seize every opportunity to search for other food sources on the grasslands. Their menu is quite diverse, featuring a variety of animals such as wild goats, wild boars, gazelles, ostriches, and almost any creature with flesh that has perished in the Kalahari can become lunch or dinner for these scavengers. Like wildebeest herds, white-backed vultures also believe in the power of unity. Because in the middle of a vast semi-desert, where food is scarce and predators are always lurking, only close cooperation can help these voracious creatures survive and thrive. Without cooperation, the vultures would find it difficult to compete for precious food and care for their small flock in such a harsh environment, where life is always a fierce battle between survival and death. Contrary to the common perception of nature as harsh and ruthless, white-backed vultures actually display a remarkable aspect of subtle social cooperation in the wild. Not only are they cautious hunters, but they also act as sky detectives, searching for food through an incredibly harmonious connection. When a member of the flock discovers a carcass, they immediately circle overhead as an unspoken signal to the rest of the group, ensuring that these vultures are often the first to arrive and enjoy the best part of nature's feast. This unity and coordination are not only instinctive survival behaviors, but also reflect an extremely efficient system of hierarchy and resource allocation. although sometimes viewed negatively by shepherds or people, as their appearance is often seen as a sign of death. The white-backed vulture actually helps maintain cleanliness and ecological balance in arid deserts like the Kalahari. By quickly processing the bodies, they prevent the spread of dangerous bacteria, thereby protecting the health of the entire surrounding ecosystem. A meal for a flock of vultures with prey weighing only about 110 pounds can be finished in just 3 minutes. This speed not only gives them an advantage, but also helps minimize bloody fights with other scavengers such as hyenas or jackals. When they finished their meal, the space above became peaceful again, with birds spreading their wings wide, bathed in sunlight, as if to assert their dominance in the harsh wilderness. Meanwhile, on the equally harsh and arid ground of the Kalahari Desert, meerkats, with their soft fur and sharp eyes, are skillfully building a complex and vibrant network of underground tunnels. Although they are not included among the most ferocious creatures of that desert region, meerkats possess remarkable intelligence and survival skills, creating a fascinating contrast in the wild. The remarkable collaboration between species such as the white-breasted vulture soaring above and the meerkat on the ground is a vivid testament to the diversity and ingenuity with which life can adapt and thrive, even in conditions that seem insurmountable. From the vast sky above to the deep earth below, nature always moves in a harmonious rhythm, full of color and surprises, constantly leaving us in awe and inspiring us to learn. With an average weight of only about 1.5 pounds and a height of no more than 14 inches, nature has not given the meerkat the chance to become a fierce ruler of the vast grassland. Instead, they develop an extremely structured social organization, where each member takes on a distinct role, helping the entire group survive and thrive in a small, arid corner of the Kalahari Desert. This is a vivid testament to the superiority of cooperation and the spirit of community among species living in harsh environments. Although evolution did not grant meerkats powerful size or a fierce bite like larger predators, it did provide them with an incredibly effective tool to help them adapt to life in the arid desert: sharp claws. Tiny. With claws less than 2 inches long, meerkats are incapable of causing significant harm. However, those very claws are the key that allows them to become skilled builders beneath the desert sands. If white-backed vultures are the professional cleanup artists of the Kalahari, then meerkats are the most outstanding contractors when it comes to building safe homes for their family. Thanks to their sharp claws, they tirelessly dig through the dense sand to create sturdy burrows, protecting the entire group from the relentless attacks of countless predators lurking throughout the Kalahari. But when violence is not an option, meerkats develop a highly sophisticated defense. Every day, when the whole group leaves the burrow, a chief guard stands atop the highest mounds to get the widest possible view, taking on the responsibility of giving timely warnings if any predators appear. The distinctive warning call of the lead guard serves as the red alert activation code, signaling all members of the flock to quickly seek safety, especially when birds of prey such as eagles or hawks are circling in the sky. Rushing back to the cave is the only way to avoid becoming a snack for these predators. But the dangers in the Kalahari don't just come from above. Those pursuers from the ground, like African wild dogs, jackals, are also a potential threat to meerkat. When the guards fail to detect the enemy in time, or are caught off guard, the risk to the entire herd becomes severe. At that moment, the meerkats had to resort to their last line of defense, standing upright, arching their backs, lowering their heads, and raising the fur on their tails to appear larger and more intimidating. An individual alone in this posture may not seem intimidating, but when the whole flock does it together, the effect can make quite a few predators think twice. This is not just an impressive tactic, but also a testament to the unique strategic cooperation that helps meerkats overcome the harsh challenges of their habitat. Life in the Kalahari Desert is filled with constant dangers. But tiny creatures like meerkats teach us profound lessons about the power of teamwork, resourcefulness in survival, and making the most of their innate abilities to thrive in this harsh wilderness. Sometimes, brave meerkats come up with a clever strategy that forces predators to turn around and retreat the way they came, escaping before they can become someone else's meal. When the danger has passed, the meerkats refocus on their most important task, finding food. Although in the eyes of many people, meerkats may seem like typical plant-eating animals, the reality is completely the opposite. They are actually carnivores. This is like a humorous joke from nature. These tiny meerkats rely mostly on insects, which make up as much as 80% of their diet. The sharp claws that once helped them build sturdy nests have also become effective hunting tools, allowing them to search for food among the bushes. Delicacies such as caterpillars, spiders, or scorpions make excellent supplementary meals near their nests. On lucky days when the Kalahari Desert is generous, meerkats can even hunt birds, eggs, small animals, and sometimes reptiles. The meerkat's remarkable adaptability is the key factor that determines its survival in the harsh environment of the Kalahari Desert. Here, the sand stretches out even more than the water, but meerkats are the envy of many other animals because they can survive without drinking any water. The moisture obtained from eating insects and caterpillars provides enough water to meet their needs, allowing them to survive even during scorching hot days. While meerkats can easily survive without a direct water source, for many other animals, water is a symbol of life. And it is almost unimaginable for them to endure a lack of water in the heart of the desert during a prolonged drought. As we venture deeper into the arid desert, we encounter another remarkable example of adaptation: the African warthog, an animal that is neither cute nor small, like the meerkat. With a large head, a body as sturdy as a barrel, and a face covered in thick, rough patches of skin that look like giant warts, the African warthog is far from the most attractive animal in the Kalahari. But this strange appearance does not diminish their remarkable ability to survive in harsh environments. Instead of claws like those of a meerkat, the African wild boar is naturally equipped with two pairs of large, sharp tusks on either side of its snout. These powerful weapons not only help them dig for food, but also serve as effective tools for defense when threatened by predators within the vast desert territory. The warts on their faces are actually thick folds of skin. Not only do they make them look more intimidating, but they also serve as a tough protective layer in every fierce battle for survival. Although their appearance may seem somewhat rough and fierce, it is precisely that remarkable resilience and strength that allow African wild boars to endure and survive in the harshest conditions of the Kalahari Desert. The story of the meerkat and the African warthog has partly revealed the diverse and vibrant picture of wildlife. A place where every species, whether small or large, has its own way to survive, adapt, and thrive in a land where weakness is not tolerated. In arid and harsh regions like the Kalahari Desert, temporary wetlands become precious treasures. For African warthogs, Phacococoas, after a long, sweltering day spent foraging for food, those cool mud ponds not only help them cool down, but also serve as the perfect spot for their mud bath ritual, an essential activity for maintaining their appearance and health, much like the hygiene habits of domestic pigs. These mud puddles not only provide cooling, but also help eliminate parasites and bothersome insects, while protecting the skin from injuries. However, with a weight ranging from 50 to 100 kilograms of firm, flavorful meat lazily lying in the mud in the middle of a wilderness full of dangers, like the Kalahari Desert, is not a wise choice if one wants to survive. Warthogs are wild pigs that often become a tasty meal for many large predators on the plains. They must always stay alert, constantly checking behind them because of the intense presence of predators such as cheetahs, lions, hyenas, and jackals. At the top of the food chain, they are ruthless hunters who see wild boars as an irresistibly delicious piece of meat. Although their appearance may seem somewhat rough and clumsy, these wild boars possess incredible strength and can run at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, a number that makes many predators wary. While other species rely on sharp eyesight to detect danger, wild boars depend on their highly developed sense of smell, which not only allows them to sense predators, but also helps them search for food. In particular, the two long fangs, which can reach up to 8 inches, are not merely decorative. When excessively threatened, they can deliver powerful stabs strong enough to force their enemies to retreat or leave them seriously injured. The females of wild boars become even more ferocious when protecting their young from predatory cats, such as lions or cheetahs. They do not hesitate to use those sharp fangs as decisive weapons to protect the next generation in the harsh wilderness. And when they are not facing danger or searching for food, wild boars spend their time resting in cool earthen burrows, staying out of the sun, and escaping the hustle and bustle of life in the wild. Although they are excellent diggers, one could say they rival meerkats, wild boars are not particularly fond of spending much time or effort building a home for themselves. Instead, they often occupy abandoned caves left behind by other species, making use of the available space to conserve energy for survival. Interestingly, when entering the cave, they always go in backwards, a tactic that allows them to keep watch and protect themselves from any dangers that might be lurking behind. This is clear evidence of the adaptability and sharp survival instincts of this wild boar species in a perilous environment like the Kalahari Desert. Are you ready to step out of the cave when necessary? Because the belly of a wild boar is wrinkled, it is always ready to take in almost anything that nature, or sometimes humans, provide. This species truly deserves the title of omnivore. They eat everything from grass, shrubs, fruits, mushrooms, eggs and carrion to even small mammals. That is the survival instinct honed over thousands of years in the harsh environment of the Kalahari. During non-breeding seasons, these wild boars usually gather in groups where several adults rest together and protect one another from dangerous predators. Just like how meerkats emit distinct calls to signal danger, wild boars living in herds also use a very unique warning method. When one individual senses danger, it runs away while raising its sleek tail with a special tuft of hair at the tip. This is the signal for the entire herd to immediately find an escape route. In this situation, no one should hesitate. Instead, everyone must immediately begin a life or death race. Though they are excellent diggers, arguably on par with meerkats, wild boars are not particularly fond of spending much time and effort building a home for themselves. Instead, they often occupy abandoned caves that other species have left behind, making use of the available space to conserve energy for survival. Interestingly, when entering the cave, they always back in, a tactic that allows them to keep watch and protect themselves from potential dangers lurking behind. This is clear evidence of the remarkable adaptability and sharp survival instincts of this species of wild boar in a perilous environment like the Kalahari Desert. Nature does not choose beauty to bestow life. It chooses adaptability, courage, and quiet intelligence to sustain existence. In this harsh world, it is often those who are considered ugly or strange who possess a quiet strength that the world admires. If only we are patient enough to observe and listen. From the journey of a wild boar, we learn that survival is not just about running fast or fighting well, but about knowing when to retreat, choosing the right shelter, and cherishing even the smallest chance to live. Are you ready to step out of the cave when necessary? Just as the Kalahari ecosystem has created a natural home for the warthog, which is not considered the most beautiful, there are still other species that are more favored for their appearance. One of them is the ostrich, a tall bird with a slender, long neck and some of the most stunning, vibrant plumage in the world. With a weight that can reach up to 400 pounds and an impressive height of nearly 10 feet, the ostrich is currently the largest bird on the planet. When you walk across the vast grasslands of the Kalahari, this bird embodies majesty and pure natural beauty in this arid land. However, not everything goes smoothly for ostriches. They cannot be born with both magnificent feathers, enormous size, and the ability to soar across the vast sky. In reality, millions of years of evolution have made the ostrich's wings far too small for its massive body, preventing it from fulfilling its dream of soaring through the sky and observing the vast Kalahari landscape from above. But the ostrich was not completely disappointed. They received a well-deserved consolation prize: the ability to run at an incredibly impressive speed across the open plains, thanks to their short wings, used as a propulsion system combined with their powerful legs, allowing them to take long strides like Olympic track athletes, reaching speeds of up to 43 miles per hour. Although being able to flap its wings and fly into the sky would be an amazing escape route, especially when surrounded by predators, the ostrich, with its incredible running speed, is still more than capable of turning the Kalahari grasslands into its own stage for dramatic races for survival. Life here, with its relentless struggle between predator and prey, has created captivating symphonies in the wild, making every creature, whether strange or familiar, possess an extraordinary story to tell. In the vast wilderness of the Kalahari, the African ostrich, though flightless, possesses highly effective defensive strategies. When predators like lions, cheetahs, wild dogs, or hyenas dare to dream of turning the ostrich, the largest bird in the world, into their meal, they quickly realize that this opponent is not easy to bully. With its long, powerful legs, the ostrich can deliver a kick with a force of up to 2,135 pounds per square inch, strong enough to kill a lion instantly if it hits the target. But if luck doesn't smile on that kick, the sharp claws, each about 4 inches long on every toe, still remain a formidable part of their defensive arsenal, enough to make any predator think twice before attacking. However, when faced with harsh conditions and overwhelmingly strong enemies, ostriches do not hesitate to retreat by sprinting at incredible speeds across vast grasslands. The ability to run at high speeds continuously for 30 minutes allows the ostrich to leave even the fastest athletes in the world behind in the race for survival. Survival in the wild drives the ostrich not only to think about avoiding danger, but also urges it to contemplate a new chapter in its life. The breeding season has arrived. When that season begins, adult male ostriches, usually over 3 years old, immediately start seeking young and healthy mates, primarily females, who have not yet reached full maturity. The influence of testosterone causes the necks and beaks of these male ostriches to turn bright red. At the same time, they become extremely territorial and deliberately drive away any intruder who dares to approach their mate. This fierce competition is showcased through a mesmerizing display of power. The male crouches down, vigorously flapping his wings from side to side, while his head and neck move in a graceful rhythm, as if telling the story of his dominance. In response, the female ostrich also showed her acceptance by gently fluttering her wings and lowering her head, a dance of movement that lasted nearly 10 minutes as a prelude to mating. Immediately afterward, the male begins to mate. Even though he has just devoted himself wholeheartedly to his elaborate dance, loyalty simply does not exist in the ostrich's vocabulary. A male can fertilize up to 5 females in a single breeding season at the same time, but that doesn't mean the first female isn't special. She still holds the position of queen in the ostrich's heart and nest, with the right to lay the very first eggs in their home. A symbol of survival and the future of their species. Thus, the ostrich is not only a symbol of strength and agility, but also a vivid testament to the wild, with endless stories of struggle, survival, and eternal love that are continuously repeated across the vast, sprawling grassland. On the vast plains of the Kalahari Desert, where the landscape is nothing more than a simple hollow in the ground, lies the nest of the world's largest bird, the ostrich. As you can easily imagine, their eggs can't possibly be small. In fact, ostrich eggs are the largest eggs in nature and can weigh up to 4.5 pounds, which is equivalent to about 2 dozen chicken eggs. Strangely and interestingly, only when the main female ostrich gives her approval are the other females allowed to lay eggs in the same nest. This foe-eating habit demonstrates the strict management of the male ostrich, who likes to keep his mates close by and doesn't let them wander far. After the female ostriches finish laying eggs, the ostrich nest can hold between 30 and 40 eggs, a tremendous treasure of nature. Incubating the eggs in the nest is a shared responsibility between both the male and the primary female, lasting about 40 days, a period that requires patience and meticulous care. When the incubation period ends, if both parents have fulfilled their roles well, dozens of giant chicks will appear, one after another. These baby birds will need careful care from their father as well as their stepmothers. the helper females in the flock. Their journey to adulthood is anything but easy. In the harsh Kalahari Desert, teeming with cunning predators, every day is a relentless battle for survival. In the midst of that barren land, no one could reign supreme as a symbol of strength, ferocity, and majesty, like the wild lion, the true king of the jungle. Whether living on vast prairies or in harsh regions like the Kalahari, the hunting spirit and strength of lions are never broken. With a weight of up to 418 pounds, the lion is the second largest big cat on the planet, surpassed only by the tiger. Their thick and magnificent manes are a clear sign of strength and authority. You are truly standing before the king of the desert. In particular, the lions in the Kalahari have sleek black manes, a sign of excellent health and high testosterone levels, like royal badges. However, being the king in the harsh desert is not always easy. Their survival each day is a tremendous challenge that forces these warriors to constantly fight. And to overcome those challenges, nothing is more effective than the power of the pack, where every individual joins forces to create a collective strength. Although the image of the king lion in the pride is often that of a large male with a flowing mane gazing out over the vast horizon, in reality, lion society is extremely complex and highly organized. A pack is not just a scattered group, but a close-knit community with clearly divided roles, from hunting and defending territory to caring for and protecting the young. This proves that in nature, only unity and close cooperation can help wild animals succeed in their relentless struggle for survival. In the mystical world of the Kalahari Desert, the organization of lion prides bears the distinctive mark of matriarchy, with each generation of lionesses succeeding one another as the central figures of the pride, while the males are easily replaced by new members. The division of tasks within a lion pride is very clear, creating a system that operates smoothly and efficiently. Male lions, as protectors, always guard the safety of the entire pride, staying alert to any intrusion by enemies, other dangerous lion prides. Meanwhile, the lionesses are not only the main hunters, providing food for the pride, but also devoted mothers who care for each little member. The future of the Kalahari Kingdom. Life in the heart of the wild Kalahari is anything but simple, as the pride of lions shares its home with other fearsome predators. It is their unity and clear division of roles that allow them to enjoy peaceful rest, despite the constant lurking dangers. Lions can sleep up to 20 hours a day, enjoying a rare sense of peace in this vast and harsh land. As the sun begins to set, unveiling a magical, star-filling sky, the lions awaken and step into their most vibrant hunting hour. A pack of hungry lions will appear, moving across vast grasslands, causing other wild animals to panic and flee. Whether it's African wild boars, swift zebras, herds of wildebeests, or even towering giraffes, all can become prey within the sharp sights of a pride of lion. Because, unlike the agile leopard, lionesses have to get even closer, usually about 30 yards, to prepare for a perfect ambush. With their tactical intelligence, lionesses are masterful generals on the hunting battlefield. They often form a circle, surround the herd, and single out the weakest member to attack from multiple directions. If the pride of lions can mobilize 4 or 5 members to attack simultaneously from dense bushes, the prey's efforts to resist usually become meaningless, and a slow, suffocating death at the hands of a female assassin weighing over 220 pounds is an inevitable outcome. For smaller prey, thorough preparation is almost unnecessary. A single powerful strike with its leg is enough to take down the predator. But when an entire pride needs to be fed, with each adult lion requiring about 15 pounds of meat every day, large prey like wildebeest will always be their top hunting targets. After each successful hunt, the pride of lions strictly follows its hierarchy, giving the best portions of food to the leading male, the strongest warrior, and the absolute leader of the group. The journey of survival in the harsh Kalahari is not just a battle for life, but also a story of teamwork, intelligence, and unwavering trust in each member of the group, creating a vivid and mesmerizing natural world in the heart of the wilderness. First, after the males have had their fill, it is the females' turn, the silent warriors, who have done the hardest part of the hunt. Finally, the young lion cubs, still immature, have to be content with the leftovers, generously left behind by the adult lions. However, this seemingly peaceful meat feast could be disrupted by a haunting smile that infuriates the kings of the jungle, the ever-cunning hyenas, who have caught the scent of fresh meat and will not hesitate to fight the lions for a share of the bounty. The battle between two species, one a master predator, the other ruthless carnivores, has raged for thousands of years, a vivid testament to the relentless harshness and constant competition of the wild. This confrontation is not just a battle for food, it reflects the ever-changing nature of the Kalahari Desert ecosystem. For apex predators like lions and cheetahs, a harsh life is inevitable. But while life is already full of challenges for the heroes at the top of the food chain, for those species that are constantly hunted, survival is many times harder. In just an instant, an ordinary grassland suddenly turns into a battlefield, where a creature with razor-sharp claws waits to pounce, making every breath heavy with tension. In the harsh wilderness, the story of the lion is not only an epic tale of strength, but also a profound lesson about the value of unity and sacrifice. Their perseverance, from challenging hunts to the division of labor within the pack, has shaped a complex society where every individual contributes to the survival of the whole. Could it be that it is these relentless challenges that have forged the true royal qualities of the king of the grasslands? If you are captivated by the majesty and intelligence of lions, or if you want to discover more about the hidden lessons within the animal kingdom, let us know in the comments. What impresses you the most about lions? And don't forget to follow Nature Moment, so we can continue this journey together in the next episode, where the Kalahari Desert still holds countless fierce yet mesmerizing secrets waiting to be uncovered. In that painting, the leaping gazelles, eye-catching and full of vitality, stand as a testament to resilience in the face of adversity. In the middle of the arid desert, where every step could lead to death, the gazelle lives not only as prey, but also as a symbol of the will to survive. With their elegant brown and white coats and a pair of golden horns reaching up to 14 inches long on both males and females, gazelles never cry out or complain. On the contrary, they gather in large herds of up to 100 individuals, roaming across the lush green grasslands of the Kalahari. Their diet consists mainly of grass and various succulent plants found in lush areas. Additionally, when suitable shrubs are available, they do not hesitate to use their strength to break branches and eat wood to supplement their nutrition. Especially in the harsh desert, having a single drop of water to drink is truly a miracle for most living creatures in the area. But gazelles are truly remarkable. They can survive for many days, even many months, without drinking water directly, because they get all the moisture they need from what they eat. There are individuals who have never even known the taste of fresh water, a vital element for survival for many other species. However, the price of survival was becoming the target of two of the most formidable predators on the planet. In return, the gazelle is rewarded by nature with extraordinary survival abilities and remarkable traits that help it stand strong amid the relentless struggle for survival in this harsh desert region. The exceptional ability of these springing gazelles allows them to make spectacular escapes, truly living up to their name. They can leap as far as 13 feet in a single bound, with all four legs leaving the ground at the same time. This is not only a way to get far away from predators, but also an effective warning method, allowing the gazelle to demonstrate its remarkable agility, showing that chasing them is not a wise choice. This explains why, at times, springing gazelles can escape from the fastest predators on the planet. Indeed, not only do springboks possess exceptional jumping skills, but they are also extraordinary speed athletes on the African grasslands, capable of reaching speeds of up to 55 miles per hour. At the same time, they rely not only on physical strength, but also on wise survival strategies, carefully planning each move within their habitat, the Kalahari grassland. Avoiding travel through densely wooded areas is by no means a coincidence. Gazelles understand that areas with tall grass are ideal places for lions or leopards to hide and ambush their prey. The extremely sharp senses of the springbok also play a life-saving role, helping them stay away from dangerous predators. Whenever they detect any unusual sound, they will immediately raise their heads and pinpoint the exact location of the potential threat, allowing them to be ready to respond promptly. In the harsh environment of the Kalahari, high temperatures are also a challenge. Gazelles choose to limit their activity, moving around the most during the cooler times of day, such as dawn and dusk. During the day, they hide under the shade of large trees to avoid the heat. When breeding season arrives, the males become true Don Juans, always ready to mate at every opportunity that arises. The combination of females releasing pheromones to attract mates and males brimming with sex hormones has turned this moment into a chaotic battle. The males fiercely use their long horns to assert their dominance and protect their territory. In particular, to mark their territory, in addition to urinating like many other animal species, male gazelles also pile up their droppings as a warning flag to signal to reproductive rivals that this is my land. This strategy is often highly effective in preventing uninvited opponents. Just like a leaping gazelle, nature continues to prove that even in the face of the most ruthless predators on the grasslands, agility, skill, and smart survival strategies are the keys to survival and triumph. Springbok antelopes are not only outstanding athletes, but also living proof that life always finds a way to rise, even in the harshest conditions. This is the valuable lesson that nature has given us about resilience and the wisdom of survival. In the vast heart of the Kalahari Desert, where mighty kings of the wild, like lions, reign supreme, there exists a creature that seems almost invincible, defying every rule about strength and size. The honey badger, known as the bravest animal in the world. There's no need to have a massive build or an impressive weight like the rulers of the savannah. Honey badgers still show remarkable resilience and a dominance that rivals that of lions. With a height of about 33 inches and an average weight of 31 pounds for males, the honey badger relies on sheer determination and unmatched courage to survive in the harsh wilderness. With a coat blending shades of grey and jet black covering their bodies, they are often misjudged by predators such as lions or cheetahs, who assume they can easily bully this small and somewhat elusive creature without much difficulty. But this is a fatal mistake. What makes the honey badger so terrifying lies not only in its courage, but also in its sheer ferocity, despite its modest appearance. Many times, they have single-handedly faced off against entire prides of fierce lions, holding on to life and escaping what seemed like certain death to achieve extraordinary feats. The key to survival in one-on-one battles with the king of the desert lies in their thick skin, which acts like a natural suit of armor beneath their fur, protecting them from the lion's bites and scratches. Lions, who are used to relying on the strength of their legs to take down small prey, quickly realize that hunting honey badgers is actually far from simple. Their agility and sharp claws can strike back with painful blows and pose a high risk of infection to any attacker. Furthermore, with a weight of only a few kilograms, the honey badger does not offer much nutritional value, making the effort required to hunt it hardly worthwhile. To better grasp the extraordinary nature of this victory, imagine that the average height of a honey badger is still less than the length of the horns of a Cape oryx, a proud antelope that roams the Kalahari grasslands, a place teeming with some of the harshest challenges of the wild. This further highlights the courage and exceptional survival skills of the honey badger in a world where size and strength seem to be the only things that matter. The honey badger is truly a living testament to the saying, "It's not size, but willpower that creates strength." In the wild, where every day is a battle for survival, that tiny creature not only survives, but also rules its territory, making any predator hesitate and think twice before choosing it as a target. The story of the honey badger also powerfully inspires people with its courage and unwavering determination. In a remote corner of the world, where the wild expanse of the Kalahari stretches endlessly, the oryx emerges as a mesmerizing and captivating figure. With a coat blending shades of brown and light grey, along with legs and a face accented by striking black and white markings, the oryx is still not the only thing that captivates us. The most remarkable feature is the pair of long, straight, evenly shaped horns, which can reach up to 33 inches in length, rising proudly from the head like two sharp swords. Those horns are not only symbols of beauty, but also powerful protective weapons, a testament to the remarkable vitality of this animal. The lives of oryx herds, which can number up to 40 individuals, are a continuous journey across vast grasslands. They constantly search through grass, thorny bushes, and even roots or underground tubers. Quintessential desert foods, just enough to provide energy in such a harsh environment. Although oryx have very limited water needs, only about 3 quarts for every 220 pounds of body weight per day, they wisely take advantage of juicy fruits like summer melons and desert cucumbers to boost their moisture intake. Their weight can reach up to 550 pounds, and combined with a calmer temperament compared to aggressive species like the honey badger, oryx are not always an easy target for powerful predators such as lions or hyenas. However, you should not be deceived by their gentle appearance. When sensing danger, the oryx immediately becomes powerful and fierce. Its long horns turn into sharp weapons, swinging forcefully in all directions to drive away enemies. Those powerful strikes can cause serious injuries, making any predator think twice. And when given the chance, oryxes take advantage of their characteristic antelope speed to instantly vanish from sight in the blink of an eye, weaving through the grasslands at a pace that forces any pursuer to give up. After those narrow escapes, the oryx returns to its usual peaceful rhythm, continuing its endless journey across the Kalahari, searching for food sources, no matter how scarce they may be. Another fascinating thing about this horned animal is that when food on the ground becomes scarce, they don't hesitate to dig as deep as 3 feet into the scorching sand to search for roots and tubers. Extremely precious treasures during fierce sandstorms or prolonged droughts. Not only 4-legged animals are willing to go to great lengths to take advantage of such challenging food sources. During the extremely harsh days in the Kalahari, many bird species also have to change their strategies to survive. For example, the southern toko toucan, which is used to living high up in the trees, has to leave that safety behind and venture down to the ground, carefully inspecting every leaf and piece of bark, picking up anything that could be eaten. From dangerous scorpions and insects like caterpillars or grasshoppers, to seemingly tiny but incredibly valuable food sources during survival rationing, this bird demonstrates remarkable resilience and an admirable survival strategy. These stories of relentless adaptation and struggle are not only evidence of the diversity and complexity of the Kalahari ecosystem, but also a profound reminder of nature's resilience and ingenuity in overcoming the harshest challenges. It is from those vibrant splashes of color that we realize life always finds a way to survive and grow, even when we mistakenly believe it has reached a dead end. When you encounter the majestic sight of the Toco piquigualdo bird, whether it is leisurely strolling across the vast grasslands or gliding through the treetops of dense forests, it is truly hard to take your eyes off its impressive beak. The beak is not only large, about 1/6 the length of the body, typically around 3.5 inches, but also features a vibrant yellow color and a graceful downward curve, creating a perfect contrast with the gray plumage adorned with delicate stripes and white spots. But that beak is not simply a natural ornament, it is a versatile tool that helps this bird easily catch and crush its food. The beak of the Toco piquigualdo bird is designed like a giant clamp, with its two ends gripping prey firmly before dropping it down the throat. The sharp grooves on the beak help grind food into smaller pieces, making digestion easier than ever. However, the ostentatious beak is also a double-edged sword. Although useful for gathering food, it sometimes obstructs the bird's vision, becoming a hindrance in the harsh wilderness and affecting its ability to evade predators and hunt prey. In addition to hunting for its own food, the Toco piquigualdo bird also has an extremely clever trick to get a little extra snack. It often seeks out the dens of small mongooses, nimble and alert creatures, and patiently waits for a gift from them, which could be a delicious beetle or a tasty scorpion. Just like any exchange in nature, nothing comes for free. In return, the yellow-billed toucan takes on the role of a sentry for the mongoose group, sounding the alarm when predators are lurking so the mongooses can safely go foraging. A perfect symbiosis, it is a testament to the complexity and cunning found in the wild. After successful hunts or fruitful negotiations with the mongoose pack, the yellow-billed Toco toucan returns to its safe haven high up in the branches of the Kalahari savanna trees. This is where it demonstrates its power through bold flights, constantly switching between gliding and powerful wing beats, a flying display that never fails to amaze onlookers. Every evening, the Toco piquigualdo chooses a sturdy high branch as its resting place, keeping away from the disturbance of predators lurking beneath the vast night. That was a precious moment of peace for a warrior of the vast blue sky. In the heart of the harsh desert, where fierce predators often lie quietly resting under the blazing sun, life is always in constant motion. As the sun began to cast its first rays over the grasslands, the male Toco piquigualdo bird, one of the first creatures to awaken in the vast land of Kalahari, started calling out to his friends with his distinctive chirps and calls, signaling that a lively new day in the wild was about to begin. This special version of the Toco piquigualdo possesses a peculiar behavior not found in most birds. Throughout the entire courtship process, the male spends about 1 month continuously bringing food to the female. During this time, the two birds work together to build their nest using leaves, bark, and other plant materials. Interestingly, during the incubation period, the female is almost locked in the nest, taking care of the eggs, while the male takes on the role of breadwinner, going out every day to find food to nourish the mother and the future offspring. Building a life in an arid and challenging land like the Kalahari is no easy feat. Yet the male Toco piquigualdo remains steadfast for the sake of his offspring's future. They take advantage of the sparse trees on the prairie to shelter their nests, protecting their small families from dangers in the middle of the night. Meanwhile, not far away, another giant creature is also struggling to survive in this vast desert. Species like the Toco piquigualdo bird teach us that courage does not necessarily come from strength, but from daring to change and adapt in the face of adversity. Amidst the harshness of nature, every small action, such as picking up a caterpillar or warning a companion about a predator, carries a profound lesson about the spirit of symbiosis and sharing. No one survives alone in the wild. Success is always the result of unity, adaptability, and a deep understanding of the surrounding environment. And it is in that silent struggle that nature, almost unintentionally, becomes the greatest teacher of resilience, maternal love, and the meaning of sacrifice. Imagine a gigantic creature weighing more than 10 tons, making even the massive wildebeest antelope seem small. It is the African savanna elephant, the largest land animal in the world. With tusks weighing up to 110 pounds in males, and a versatile trunk capable of performing all sorts of tasks, the African elephant amazes us with its sheer size and majestic presence. There are only a few places on Earth vast and majestic enough to be home to these wild elephants, and the Kalahari is one of them. However, having a body 30 times larger than a lion does not mean that an elephant's life will always be peaceful and easy. Even though they stand at the top of the food chain, elephants still face countless harsh challenges every day, demanding extraordinary endurance and flexibility. Sometimes, small creatures like meerkats may have to face stealthy predators. But for African elephants, the dangers come from the harsh environment and much larger potential predators. Life in the heart of this vast desert is always moving and struggling, filled with dramatic survival stories that only those brave enough to set foot here can truly understand. With powerful strides and a physique like a moving fortress, the African elephant emerges in the Kalahari Desert as a living symbol of resilience. But hidden behind that gigantic appearance is a relentless struggle, not just to survive, but also to keep the massive biological machine, weighing more than 13,000 pounds, running non-stop. In this harsh world, sheer size becomes a burden, especially when it comes to a bottomless stomach that constantly demands to be filled. An adult African savanna elephant, Loxodonta africana, the largest land animal on Earth, must consume up to 440 pounds of food each day to survive. Their diet is not simple, from tender young leaves and fresh green grass to sturdy roots, thick bark, and even various fruits scattered throughout the wild. To satisfy that constant hunger, elephants spend up to 18 hours each day wandering, sniffing, rummaging through the underbrush, and exploring every tree trunk. A never-ending journey in search of every morsel of food. However, food is only one part of the battle. Each year, African elephants in the Kalahari can travel up to 6,200 miles during their long migrations, crossing arid grasslands and sun-scorched sand dunes. Under the scorching desert sun, every step not only drains energy, but also causes that massive body to lose a significant amount of water. And as a harsh rule, wherever there is drought, water becomes a precious treasure. Finding water in the harsh Kalahari is no different from finding life in the middle of nowhere. On that journey, seasonal rivers like the Okavango become a vital lifeline. When the groundwater rises and the flow returns, the herd of elephants wastes no time. They use their magical trunk, a perfect survival tool that can hold up to 3 quarts of water in a single draw, to bring water to their mouths and drink each precious sip. And after quenching their thirst, they plunge into the mud, covering their bodies with a layer of natural sunscreen, a mixture of clay and water that helps cool them down and ward off harmful insects and parasites. That moment, when the giants, caked in fresh mud, stood silently in the shimmering pool, was one of the rare things that made the desert feel gentle. But it's not just about protecting your skin, which is more sensitive than you might think. It's also a survival skill passed down through thousands of generations. In an environment where temperatures can exceed 104 degrees Fahrenheit, a thin layer of mud can sometimes be the line between life and death. At those rare water sources where every creature must stay alert due to lurking predators, the African elephant holds an absolute advantage. Its enormous size and extraordinary strength make even lions, leopards, and hyenas wary. That's why, when a herd of elephants appears, the area becomes a temporary safe haven, a rare luxury in the harsh wilderness. But the Kalahari is never peaceful for too long. When the grasslands dry up and the food sources gradually disappear, the predators become more daring. The balance of survival is gradually tipping, no longer relying on strength, but on quickness, intelligence, and the utmost ability to adapt. It was in that very moment, when life and death were separated by nothing more than a single breath, that nature's endless cycle began anew once again. A lion's hunger rules every action in the wild, driving them to become predators who overcome any obstacle. That prides of lions that relentlessly pursue the largest land animals on the planet, creating epic confrontations reminiscent of Titan battles in the heart of the wilderness. However, even in the midst of the most intense hunger, the members of the pack still maintain their wisdom. They target weak, sick, or young individuals that are easier to catch, rather than rushing headlong into unreasonable challenges. These young individuals, although only a few days old, can weigh up to 265 pounds. They are a valuable source of nutrition, but also pose a considerable danger when confronted. However, facing a baby elephant is not an easy task. The mother elephant, after enduring and caring for her calf for more than 22 months of pregnancy, will never let an enemy take away her precious baby. Therefore, if a pride of lions decides to challenge a strong, healthy adult elephant, they are prepared to endure extensive, even life-threatening injuries when confronted with tusks that can be as long as 6.5 feet and incredibly powerful. This is like an expensive lesson for those who are too greedy and want to claim a huge prize without considering the consequences. On the other hand, when elephants sense danger, their natural reaction is to run away. The frenzied drumbeats echoed as dozens of gigantic creatures charged across the plains, destroying everything in their path and creating a scene that was both majestic and teeming with life. The ground seemed to tremble beneath their feet, making the vast grasslands feel small in the face of the overwhelming power surrounding them. But sadly, many of these terrifying escapes do not only come from the wild natural world of the Kalahari, but are also the result of an enemy even more dangerous than lions. Humans, with their boundless greed for precious ivory, have become the greatest enemy of the elephants in the Kalahari region. The intense poaching that has persisted for decades has severely devastated the elephant populations here. The large quantity of meat available from elephants also attracted local livestock farmers, contributing to the rapid decline of elephant populations. In many areas, there are now almost no traces left of these giants. However, the devastation does not come solely from the threat of poaching. For elephants which rely heavily on water sources, the prolonged droughts in recent years have turned the Kalahari from a rarely rainy grassland into an extremely parched land. This has a severe impact on the lives and survival of elephants, forcing them to travel greater distances in search of water and food. At the same time, it increases the risk of conflict with humans and other predators, creating a new chain of tragedies in an already challenging wild world. At the same time, the harshness of nature also helps us better understand the remarkable adaptability and flexibility of elephants, as well as the delicate balance within the ecosystem where these giants play a crucial role in sustaining the lives of countless other species in the Kalahari. This is not just a story about predators and prey, but also an epic tale of survival, resilience, and the intricate connections within the vibrant and powerful wild world. Climate change is gradually turning the seasonal wetlands, which once served as a precious water source, along the journey of African elephants heading toward the Kabango River, into resources that are increasingly scarce and unpredictable. These swamps are not only a source of refreshment, but also an essential stopover for the herd of elephants, especially for the weaker individuals in the group, causing many of them to be unable to complete that arduous journey. The image of the mighty elephants of the great forest, which once inspired our admiration for their resilience, now seems to be facing the greatest survival challenge of the century. Just like African elephants, numerous other species in the Kalahari are also heavily affected by rising temperatures. A typical example is the southern Toko piquigualdo thick-billed bird, which has already begun to face serious difficulties in reproducing. When the average temperature during the breeding season exceeds 96.3 degrees Fahrenheit, their reproductive efforts almost entirely fail, preventing the population from sustaining growth. If this trend continues, by the year 2027, the Kalahari Savannah could become an arid land, unsuitable for the birds with their uniquely curved golden beaks, causing them to disappear from the sight of nature lovers. This is not just the story of a single bird species, but also a symbol of the loss of biodiversity that threatens entire ecosystems on a larger scale. However, not everything is bad news for the wild inhabitants of the Kalahari. Efforts to raise public awareness, combined with environmental protection and restoration campaigns, are bringing new rays of hope. Through this, we witness an awakening of humanity in the preservation of nature, leading to positive transformations, even though the road ahead remains full of hardships and challenges. The memory of the Kalahari Desert's majestic beauty can still be preserved if we know how to listen and stand alongside the precious creatures that call this place home. The preservation of this precious ecosystem in certain areas has yielded encouraging results, contributing to the creation of unique nature reserves. One of them is the Central Kalahari Game Reserve, considered the second largest wildlife reserve in the world, covering more than 52,800 square miles and accounting for 10% of Botswana's total land area. Moreover, transboundary reserves such as the Kegalagadi Transfrontier Park and the Kutz Game Reserve have also been established in this region, where hunting is strictly regulated and measures to protect the local flora and fauna are being vigorously strengthened. Despite facing intense pressures from climate change and illegal hunting activities, the wildlife living in the Kalahari continue to demonstrate remarkable vitality and extraordinary adaptability to the harsh environment. They do not simply exist. They are a vivid testament to the positive changes that occur when people become fully aware of their role in reducing the harm caused by climate change and the impacts of illegal hunting. If we continue to take these practical actions, the wild ecosystem in the Kalahari will not only survive but also thrive, maintaining its place among the vast grasslands and endless sand dunes. If you are passionate about the diverse and fascinating wildlife of our planet, join Nature Moment to discover the very best it has to offer. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any adventure. Sharing this video is also a way for you to help spread the message of protecting the unique ecosystem of the Kalahari, helping everyone understand and appreciate this marvelous kingdom of wildlife. On today's journey, which animal impressed you the most and why? Leave a comment to let Nature Moment know. Thank you for being with us. Night falls over the Serengeti, but it's not quiet. Instead, thousands of individuals are huddled together on the vast grasslands, creating a seismic wave of life. Each of their footsteps is a heartbeat of suspense, a challenge hurled at the night that lurks with bloodthirsty predators. This is the Serengeti's sacred land where the greatest migration on Earth begins. Here, millions of tiny creatures must face countless dangers, from hunger and exhaustion to the claws of death. They never stop fighting, constantly pushing past their own limits to survive. Let us know where you're watching this video from on the world map before we dive into the harsh and wild world of the Serengeti. And now the survival race officially begins. The central and western areas of Serengeti National Park feature a unique woodland ecosystem, blending open savanna grasslands seamlessly with sparse forests. This vast area, stretching across thousands of square miles, provides a stable habitat for many non-migratory species, such as giraffes and African elephants. The rich vegetation, including various types of acacia trees and shrubs, not only provides an abundant food source, but also serves as a crucial link in the food chain, from herbivores to top predators, maintaining an important ecological balance. The average annual rainfall ranges from 30 to 40 inches, mostly occurring between November and May, resulting in lush green pastures and an abundant food supply. However, climate change is putting this ecosystem to the test. Rainfall has become unpredictable, and prolonged droughts are forcing animals to travel farther in search of water and food. The pressure to compete for survival is therefore increasing, especially during the dry season when resources are scarce. The fierce herds of wild buffalo fight over the last patches of grass, while giraffes take advantage of their towering height to feed from the highest tree canopies. When daytime temperatures rise, saving energy becomes more challenging than ever. Not only the Serengeti forests, but the changing rainfall patterns have also reached the Mara region, forcing herbivores to quickly adapt to an increasingly harsh and unpredictable world. Amid the wild and rugged landscapes of the Serengeti forests, African elephants stand as a vivid symbol of strength, intelligence, and remarkable adaptability. Standing between 10 and 13 feet tall and weighing up to 13,000 pounds, these kings of the jungle play a vital role in maintaining the region's ecological balance. Over more than 5 million years of evolution, a unique mark has been imprinted on their appearance. Large ears, resembling giant fans, not only help dissipate heat under the harsh sunlight, but also allow them to communicate with each other using low-frequency sound waves. In the harsh tropical climate, herds of elephants travel in small groups, moving through vast forests and grasslands in search of water and food. Especially during the dry season, they use their strength to dig for water from dried-up streams, creating temporary wells that not only provide for themselves, but also help save many other animals in their herd and even other species in the surrounding ecosystem. This is a clear demonstration that elephants are not only powerful creatures, but also exceptional ecological engineers of the Serengeti wilderness. In the heart of the Serengeti, African elephants do more than simply exist. They serve as the engineers of the wild, carving out water pathways and providing precious water sources for countless other species. The vegetation here, with iconic trees such as kio and acacia, serves as the main food source for elephants. Each adult elephant can eat up to 310 pounds of plants every day to maintain its massive strength. But this very foraging behavior creates natural pathways through the dense forest, expands grassland areas, stimulates the regeneration of plants, and provides safe havens for smaller species. In the face of increasingly severe climate change, with unpredictable rainfall and prolonged droughts, elephants are forced to travel farther, leading to intense competition within the wild food chain. However, their role in the ecosystem remains irreplaceable. Elephant dung is not just a waste product, it also serves as a unique natural fertilizer that promotes the growth of vegetation and helps maintain the soil's nutrient balance. Thanks to the constant presence and tireless activity of African elephants, the Serengeti region and the neighboring Mara area have maintained their reputation as the land of abundant wildlife, where the wild remains vibrant, alive, and moves to the rhythm shaped by millions of years of evolution. In the dense grasslands of the Serengeti, beneath the lush canopies of acacia trees. African buffalo, with their sturdy curved horns, stand like warriors guarding the wild. The sturdy, naturally curved horns like helmets symbolize strength and resilience in fierce battles for survival. Wild buffalo are not only resilient warriors, but also exceptional guardians of the ecosystem, always ready to confront predators like lions or hyenas. In a herd of buffalo, the strongest individuals usually stand at the front, forming a living fortress against attacks. When the sun rises high and the intense heat sets in, they seek the shade under large trees to escape the scorching sunlight. When searching for food, water buffalo move in large herds across vast grasslands. In addition to maintaining their diet, they also play an important role in managing the local vegetation. Each buffalo can consume up to 33 pounds of grass per day, helping to control the growth of native plants. Cape buffalo are not only warriors defending the grasslands, but also key players in maintaining ecological balance in the Serengeti. By grazing on grass and shrubs, they create open spaces for smaller plants to grow, encouraging biodiversity. The trails and clearings they create also serve as safe havens for smaller species, contributing to the complexity and diversity of the wild ecosystem. In addition, the African buffalo also plays an important role in the Serengeti food chain. While adults are rarely threatened thanks to their size and strength, the young are frequent targets for predators. It is precisely the diversity and complexity of these relationships that create a vibrant symphony, making the Serengeti one of the world's most legendary wilderness areas. As the dry season sets in, herds of wild buffalo gradually leave their shelters and move toward the last remaining waterholes in the Serengeti forest. Small streams and marshes become vital lifelines for both prey and fierce predators, such as spotted hyenas and lions. In the towering grasslands, the predator hides, silently waiting for the decisive moment to launch into a fierce chase. The air grew stifling with thick, dry dust swirling everywhere, and the heavy, ragged breaths of the pursuers echoing through the wild, turning the swamps into a true battlefield. Here, every creature not only fights to survive, but also helps maintain the delicate balance of the Serengeti ecosystem. But for predators, physical strength alone isn't enough. They also need endurance and adaptability to overcome the harsh challenges in this struggle for survival. Amidst that wild landscape, the spotted hyena, masterful survivor, stands out with over 22 million years of evolution, becoming a vivid symbol of resilience and adaptation through the ages. They possess powerful jaws, a tight-knit social structure, and flexible hunting strategies, making them true warriors of the grasslands, constantly adapting to survive. During the dry season, when the ground cracks open and rivers gradually dry up, spotted hyenas and other animals like zebras gather around the last remaining waterholes, creating rare opportunities for predators. Every step the hyena takes reflects the confidence of the entire pack. They live in large herds of up to 80 individuals, led by dominant females. Their social structure not only maintains order, but also builds a strong community that is always ready to face constant threats. When hunting, hyenas work together in groups, putting constant pressure on their prey, especially at night when darkness becomes their greatest ally. With a top speed of up to 35 miles per hour, they are tireless hunters, capable of traveling dozens of miles to seize every opportunity. The bite force of a spotted hyena can reach 450 psi, which is strong enough to crush large bones and make use of every bit of meat on its prey's carcass. In addition to being effective hunters, spotted hyenas are also exceptional scavengers, even managing to take food back from lions or other predators, ensuring that nothing goes to waste in their food chain. Each meal of a hyena not only sustains its own life, but also helps maintain the balance of the Serengeti ecosystem. Their every movement in the wild is like a beautiful, harmonious symphony, perfectly in tune with the ever-changing natural rhythm of this land. This is the clearest evidence of the extraordinary survival instincts and remarkable adaptability of spotted hyenas in preserving and sustaining their lives in the wild. With their indomitable spirit, East African lions have become an enduring symbol of survival in the wild. In the Serengeti region, known as one of the most densely populated lion habitats in the world, with about 3,000 individuals, the vast grasslands and open woodlands provide the perfect paradise for them to hunt. The lion, known as the king of predators, has evolved over more than 2 million years to perfect its physique and develop highly effective hunting strategies across vast, sparsely vegetated landscapes that are filled with harsh challenges. Adult lions in the Serengeti are formidable hunters, with impressive-size males, can weigh up to 500 pounds and measure between 8 to 10 feet in length, while females are lighter, weighing between 265 and 400 pounds. The thick mane of a male lion not only serves as a natural suit of armor during battles, but also stands as a symbol of power and dominance, helping them stand out even in the harshest environments. Lions eat about 10 to 15 pounds of meat each day, and instead of chasing their prey relentlessly, they prefer a sophisticated ambush strategy, using sparse trees and open grasslands to approach their prey as unexpectedly as possible. Lions can sprint at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, using ambush tactics combined with their immense muscular strength and sharp teeth to quickly take down large prey such as antelopes and zebras. However, life in the wild is far from easy, as they constantly face fierce competition from spotted hyena social predators that never hesitate to fight for food under any circumstances. This rivalry helps maintain a balanced food chain, ensuring the Serengeti ecosystem remains stable. The East African lion is currently classified as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, due to human expansion and increasing conflicts. The decline of this species not only affects the Serengeti ecosystem, but also threatens the global ecological cycle. More than just a top predator, the lion is a vibrant ecological symbol, testament to the enduring strength and resilience of nature in the Serengeti. And that is the story of lions, the proud kings of the Serengeti plains, symbols of resilience and boundless vitality. Their existence reminds us of the importance of protecting the natural world, where every species plays a unique role in maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. Remember, every small action we take can make a big difference for our planet. If you love lions and want to keep exploring inspiring stories from Nature Moment, comment the number 2 and join us in spreading the message of conservation to the community. The vast sky and endless forests of the Serengeti are home to the East African cheetah creature, as fast as lightning darting across the grasslands like a brilliant streak before vanishing in the blink of an eye. The vast landscape dotted with tall, sparse grasses is the perfect stage for them to showcase their incredible speed. After more than 3 million years of evolution, the cheetah has become a symbol of speed and remarkable adaptability in this harsh land, accompanying the inspiring stories of the wild. Through a remarkable process of evolution, the sleek body of the African cheetah has become perfectly adapted for speed, with an ideal structure that favors agility over brute strength. Each of their movements is a work of art, full of grace and precision, showcasing the remarkable sophistication of nature. The lives of East African cheetahs are completely different from those of other predators. They don't roar like lions, nor do they live in large packs. Instead, male cheetahs usually form small groups to defend their territory, while female cheetahs raise their cubs alone, teaching them the hunting skills they'll need to survive on their own. When a gentle call echoes across the vast grasslands, it's a subtle sign of connection within the cheetah society. A magical silence that stands in stark contrast to the fierce roars of other powerful predators. As soon as dawn breaks, the cheetahs immediately spring into action. They silently glide through the tall vegetation, stealthily approaching their prey, and in a sudden burst, they sprint at an incredible speed, reaching up to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. Each step echoed like the lively beat of a drum. The heart and muscles work in perfect harmony, generating extraordinary power that allows the cheetah to run as fast as the wind. Although cheetahs can reach a top speed of up to 70 miles per hour, they can only maintain this incredible pace for a short distance between 900 and 1,500 feet before needing to stop and recover. Their long tails act like rudders, allowing them to change direction quickly and pursue their prey with pinpoint accuracy. The hunt turned into a tense race against time. When it can no longer maintain its speed or becomes overtaken by exhaustion, the cheetah is forced to abandon the hunt and find a place to rest under the scorching sun of the Serengeti. Although it is the fastest land animal, the cheetah has a relatively slender build and less muscle mass compared to other big cats. This makes them more likely to lose their prey to lions or hyenas after a successful hunt. This is a heartbreaking aspect, but it also reflects the harshness of nature. The cheetah's call isn't a roar, but rather a series of chirps or purrs similar to those of a house cat, which is quite surprising for such a large predator. However, thanks to their agility and refined hunting skills, every chase remains an impressive and thrilling display. This is the story of the cheetah, an extraordinary creature in the heart of the Serengeti. Their existence reminds us of the value of adaptation and how life always finds a way to thrive, even under the harshest conditions. From their incredible speed to their loving instinct to care for their young cheetahs, teach us that true strength lies not only in muscle, but also in intelligence and perseverance. Cherish every moment you get to witness this wild beauty, because each individual and every species is an indispensable part of the tapestry of life. Their relentless struggle for survival is a profound lesson about the value of effort and an indomitable will to live. Under the scorching sun, white-headed vultures soar through the sky, their sharp eyes scanning for carcasses from miles away. As natural scavengers, they are often the first to arrive at nature's feast, swooping in to devour the soft parts before other predators show up. With exceptional vision that allows them to spot objects over 6 miles away during the day and strong, broad wings, white-headed vultures soar across the savanna in search of food, relying on their remarkable eyesight. Meanwhile, the Rupel's vulture, like a silent guardian of the sky, takes advantage of the stillness of the highlands to move efficiently. With their unique lung structure, they can fly at record-breaking altitudes, surpassing most other birds in this wilderness, expanding their hunting range and maintaining their vital role in the wild food chain. At an astonishing altitude of 36,000 feet, the Rupel's vulture proudly holds the title of the highest flying bird in the world. Rupel's vultures usually gather around animal carcasses and rarely hunt smaller animals like field mice. This social behavior not only helps us optimize our ability to find food, but also increases our chances of survival in harsh environments where food is scarce. The unity and collective strength shown when sharing food made the most of every precious and challenging resource. However, this magnificent vulture species is facing the risk of extinction, threatened by illegal hunting and habitat loss. Active conservation programs, such as population monitoring and limiting the use of harmful chemicals, are being implemented to create a safe haven for this rare bird species and the vast African ecosystem they help sustain. Right next to it, in the heart of the vast Serengeti ecosystem, massive granite boulders rise silently, like resilient oases amid the endless sea of savanna grass. Formed millions of years ago, these ancient rocks rise from the earth as witnesses to the passage of time, reaching heights from several yards to hundreds of yards. In the majestic landscape of the Serengeti, the leopard, the master of stealthy hunting, skillfully takes advantage of natural crevices and caves to escape the scorching daytime sun, choosing the cover of night to strike at its prey. The Kopje rocks are not just simple shelters. They also serve as strategic lookout points where leopards can observe their prey from a distance and stay safe from lurking dangers. Predatory skills honed over millions of years of evolution have made the leopard one of the most formidable hunters in the cat family. Their powerful bodies, measuring between 5 and over 6.5 feet long and weighing from 100 to 200 pounds, are a remarkable example of adaptation. The light yellow fur with black spots allows them to blend in perfectly with the rocks and bushes in the area. As a solitary predator, the leopard embodies the art of stealth, silently stalking its prey to launch a swift and precise attack at the very moment when the target is most vulnerable. Here, giraffes also take center stage in the wild, as they mainly feed on acacia leaves and tall shrubs, an abundant source of nutrition for their massive bodies. Their exceptional height gives giraffes a significant advantage, allowing them to have a wide field of view, spot predators from a distance, and increase their chances of survival in a challenging environment. Their long, strong hind legs allow them to stride easily across muddy wetlands. Their powerful kicks can inflict serious injuries on enemies, serving as an effective natural shield against potential threats. When the rainy season arrives and the wetlands are teeming with life, the Maasai community witnesses the vibrant spectacle of these legendary animals blending into the endless rhythm of nature. In the vast wetlands of the Serengeti, giraffes are not only symbols of wild beauty, but also remarkable nurturers. Lush marshlands, with their dense vegetation, provide an ideal environment for mother deer to safely give birth and protect their fawns from predators. The amazing thing is that right after birth, calves are able to stand up and follow their mothers everywhere, a crucial survival skill that increases their chances of making it in these challenging natural conditions. Not only a place of shelter, the Serengeti wetlands are also a vibrant center of biodiversity, where tall plants like shrubs and dense grasslands come together to create safe havens for large animals, protecting them from predators. The vibrant ecological landscape here reflects the prosperity of the Serengeti and its enduring vitality, which maintains the natural balance even after many harsh, dry seasons. In the swamp area, giraffes find plenty of water and don't have to travel as far as they would in harsher regions. But perhaps the true silent rulers of this swamp are the giant hippos. When the fields are flooded, you can easily spot them lying stretched out in the calm water, where all their needs for survival are effortlessly met. With its large body, measuring between 10 and 16 feet long and weighing up to 4,400 pounds, the hippopotamus is one of the most powerful animals in this ecosystem. They spend most of the day submerged in fresh water, with only their eyes and ears above the surface to keep watch on their surroundings. Swamp water not only helps hippos cool down, but also acts like an umbrella, shielding them from the harsh sunlight. Their thick skin secretes a red, blood-like mucus that acts as a natural sunscreen and also has excellent antibacterial properties. At night, when darkness falls, the hippos slowly leave the cool water with their herd and head to the shore in search of food, mainly fresh grass and shrubs, an essential source of nutrients that helps them stay healthy in the harsh environment here. On average, each group of hippos consumes up to 80 pounds of grass every night, but they only move around late at night, when other animals have already settled down. This nocturnal lifestyle not only reduces competition for food, but also helps conserve energy under the intense tropical sun of the Serengeti. The power of a hippopotamus is truly astonishing, with jaws capable of generating a bite force of up to 1,800 pounds per square inch, enough to intimidate any intruder who dares to set foot in their territory. Their long, sharp canine teeth, which can reach up to 16 inches, are not only powerful defensive weapons, but also tools for asserting dominance within hippopotamus society. Hippos live in herds of 10 to 30 individuals, forming a tight social structure where the dominant males control access to water sources and protect the females from external threats. It can be said that in the mysterious world of the Serengeti swamps, hippos are not only the silent rulers, but also the center of a complex and powerful society, playing a vital role in sustaining life and maintaining the natural balance of this pristine wetland. Not only are they symbols of physical dominance, but the giant animals of the Serengeti Plains also play a vital role in the region's diverse ecosystem. When they skillfully create pathways across shallow streams, these natural trails not only make it easier for smaller species to move around, but also promote the continuity and growth of life throughout the vast wetland environment. The western corridor of the Serengeti along the Grumeti River is truly a vital lifeline, where vast grasslands blend with sparse woodlands and flooded marshes, creating a rich ecosystem during the dry season. This area receives an annual rainfall ranging from 20 to 30 inches, with 2 short rainy periods in November and a longer rainy season from March to May, which helps rejuvenate the soil and maintain lush vegetation. This is a precious water source for wildlife on their long migration journeys, serving as an essential stopover amid the harsh conditions of the tropical desert. However, when looking down at the calm waters of the swamp, one cannot help but mention one of the most fearsome predators of all, the Nile crocodile. With a length of up to 18 feet and weighing around 1,540 pounds, this giant reptile is one of the most formidable predators on the planet. As masters of the art of ambush, Nile crocodiles often lie perfectly still, waiting for the precise moment to strike, especially during migration season. When millions of wild animals like wildebeests and zebras cross the river, these predators immediately spring into action using their sharp teeth and a bite force of up to 0 pounds per square inch, number far surpassing that of other large predators, take down smaller prey in a single snap. For larger prey, they use a deadly underwater spinning technique known as the death roll to tear their catch into pieces, and they often share the hunt with other nearby crocodiles. The Great Migration is not only a perilous journey, but also a breathtaking display of nature. Herds of giant animals move toward the Promised Land, a place where lush green fields and refreshing rain await them. The Western Migration Route, where rivers meet riverside forests and vast floodplains, is truly a natural feast adorned with lush green vegetation. This is a temporary refuge that meets the survival needs of thousands of wild species, especially zebras and other large herbivores. When the rainy season ends in May, the migration begins with the march toward the Grumeti River. Herds of animals gather along the riverbank, where the steady moisture sustains lush grasslands and nourishing shrubs, creating a rich feast for herbivores. By June, herds of wild animals gather along the riverbank, searching for temporary shelter. But crossing the river was not just a test of physical strength, it was also a harsh test of survival. Weak or unlucky individuals easily become prey for aquatic predators, especially the notorious and cunning Nile crocodile. The Great Migration, where life and death intertwine to create nature's magnificent symphony. Witnessing this harsh struggle for survival, we realize that every living creature, whether strong or weak, has its own role in maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. The greatest lesson that nature gives us is not just about its harshness, but also about resilience, unity, and the extraordinary ability of all living things to adapt. Let us join together to cherish and protect these everlasting values, so that future generations can continue to admire the beauty and learn valuable lessons from the wild. The world of the wild is a place where a delicate balance between life and death always exists here. Every movement is filled with fascinating and astonishing stories of survival. When the dry season arrives, the depletion of water sources pushes many wild animals to the limits of their endurance, making their journey more grueling than ever before. But migration is not simply a survival instinct. It is also a dance intertwined with the rhythm of the ecosystem, a collective movement that is both harmonious and intricate. Large herds of animals form a sturdy natural barrier, protecting each other from dangerous predators such as African lions, cheetahs, and striped hyenas. This unity not only ensures absolute safety, but also expands the ability to search for and share abundant resources along the Western Corridor, making it easier for the herd to overcome dangerous challenges. On that journey, death is not the end, but the beginning of new life. Animal carcasses drifting along the rivers provide a valuable food source for crocodiles and scavenger birds, playing a crucial role in maintaining the large-scale ecological cycle in the Gretty River area. It is precisely this cycle of life and death that sustains and nurtures existence in the wild, creating the wondrous tapestry of biodiversity that nature has bestowed upon us. Which animal in the Serengeti impressed you the most? Please leave your comments below and join us in protecting the Serengeti so that these epic tales of survival can endure for generations to come. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss out on more amazing nature adventures with Nature Moment.